Hi friends, welcome back to Annijuuti Knits, episode 24. So welcome. My name is Annina. If you have not been here before, I'm a knitter based in Finland, and this is my channel on YouTube where I share everything knitting related. And welcome. If you have been here before, welcome back. I'm so happy that you come again and again to spend some time with me. I hope you have something to do while you're watching my episode, and let's start the show. Last time my episode was my 1 year anniversary, and that episode was somewhat weird because it cut me off. So there is 10 minutes missing from the end of my last episode. I was thinking I will put that missing 10 minutes into this episode somewhere, and because I was explaining about this shawl that I really like you to see, and I have not touched it since, so I think it's appropriate for me to add it on somewhere. Let's start today's business. I have two finished objects, 2 pairs of socks. The other pair I don't have anymore because that was a Mother's Day gift and I have already gifted it away. But the second pair I have here, and both of these pairs were made since we last spoke. So I had a little bit of a sock mojo going on. So even though it's only been 3 weeks, I have been knitting some socks. And here is the first pair. It's just pretty much like a basic vanilla sock. This was a new to me sock base from Kaaramajan's, and it was the Lumo silky sock. So it's a BFL sock yarn with some silk and nylon, and it's classified as sport weight, but I think it's closer to fingering in my opinion. I made them 56 stitches and I think 2.5 millimeters, and yeah, I used a new to me heel construction. I used Flegel heel, and I think it sits on my foot very well. I think it's a very good fit. I really liked it. I made them toe up, so the Flegel heel doesn't require so much of those short rows, and then it's just, you just make a few short rows and then you turn, and then that's it. So it's a pretty simple heel. I really liked it, and that's why I made a second pair immediately. I can put here a picture where I'm wearing them, and as you can see, it looks very nice on, and I really like this yarn. It's very nice and soft, and I would definitely see myself buying this again. And yeah, if you want to know more about my projects or the needles or the yarn or whatever, I will link my project pages on the description box, so you can go and so you can go and click the links, and you can find more details on my Ravelry pages if you are interested. But yeah, I don't have much to say about these. They are very simple, and I will put them aside, and I think I will gift them for Christmas present for myself. That's what I did last year. I had made 12 pairs of socks, and 6 pairs were for me. So I gifted myself 6 pairs of socks at the end of this year, at the end of last year. So I'm thinking maybe not 6 pairs, but I'm definitely thinking of making a few pairs for myself, and this will be one of those. And the second pair is the pair that I made for my mom. I used the exact same construction. The yarn was this. I'm not even going to try. And it was made 2 at a time, magic loop, as was the other pair. Toe up, legal heel. And for my mom, she wanted something like short and summer sock like. So this is what I ended up doing for her. The yarn was really weird, even though I was using the same ball of yarn. The other was kind of creating stripes, and the other one was just like these big splots of color. I don't know why, but that's what they became. That's how they ended up looking like, but I don't think my mom minds too much. But it was a bit irritating when that happens. But you know, every yarn is unique and you never know how they will behave, so that's that. But it's a very basic woolly sock yarn, 75% polyester, no, 75% wool and 25% polyamide. So that's that. Last time I did show you my summer t-shirt. It's still not done, but it's very close being done. This is my plant lady tee. Last time I had already separated the back and the front, but I wasn't much further than that. So I have now finished the back. It's pretty much straight with some like slanting shoulder shaping. And then I have done the other front. I already did bind off the shoulder because I hadn't tried it on and I really wanted to see the length and the ease. So yeah, I talked about this in my previous episode quite a bit, and I made it a bit more cropped than in the pattern because I wanted to. And it's sort of a boxy fit, so I think it works really well, even though it is not full length. I'm using knitting for olive pure silk, just one strand of that. I have now used up nearly 3 balls, but I think I have this much left from the third ball. So I think this is like a third of the skein, if this is a whole skein. So I think I might be able to finish off the front, maybe the neckband using this. And then I just have the sleeves. The pattern calls for just like cuffs after the boxy dropped shoulder fit, but I'm thinking I think I prefer the sleeve length to be somewhere over here. So either I'm just like making a longer ribbing, or I'm knitting a little bit of stockinette first and then the ribbing. But I will definitely make the sleeves a tad longer than in the pattern. Yeah, I have not mentioned what I'm wearing. You probably have seen this before if you have been here before. This is my upcoming Paju pullover. This is the short sleeve version. I will put a picture here because I don't want to get up. This pattern is now nearly been finished, and it will be going. The test call will be opening soon. I have a link in my description if you want to leave your email to my mailing list, and I will put up the test test call first to the ones that are on my mailing list. So you still need to apply, but you will get informed maybe 2 days before I will open the test for everyone else. So if you are interested in testing this t-shirt slash pullover, it will have, the pattern is for the long sleeve version, but because it's time consuming, I wanted to finish up the pattern writing. I made this short sleeve version first, and I will knit the long sleeve version together with my test knitters. So you can apply to either short or long sleeve, and yeah. So if you are interested in testing this piece for me, please leave your email to my mailing list, and I will contact my list first, and then I will put it out to other people as well on Instagram. So maybe I can have a few words about this pattern writing, because last night this has already gone through 2 rounds of editing, and it has been very hard. It has been very discouraging, not discouraging, but you think you have something good, and then it turns out that there's a lot of things that needs to be fixed, and the numbers don't add up, and it feels like you don't know anything, even though you've been putting so many hours into it. So last night I was going through the second edit, and I was like, I just wanted to throw in the towel. Like why do I even try? There's so much to fix, and I don't know. It felt like the whole file was full of like markings and like comments, and but I guess this is my first time having my pattern tech edited properly, because this is my first adult size pattern, and I didn't go the easy route. I didn't go like the typical raglan increase every second round and so forth, because I have a background in sewing. I wanted to play around with the fit a little bit more, so that gave me some trouble in the end. But luckily I have very good friends that always know how to cheer me up, or to give me the courage to go forward. And yeah, so after talking to my friends, I had another look at this morning, and I have already actually fixed all the mistakes. So I still have to send it over to have it checked, but I believe next week I will send out the test call. Even though if the pattern is not 100% ready, I will do the test call, and then as soon as the pattern is finalized, then I will send out the pattern to my testers. Whew, that was a lot of rant about a t-shirt, but yeah, I'm learning from each and every project that I make, and I knew that it's not easy, and I could have chosen something easier, but because I'm ambitious or stupid, I did not. So there you go. I learned the hard way, but I think after this project I'm better, and I'm getting better after every pattern. So I think it's all about the journey, but sometimes it's very frustrating because it makes you feel like you know nothing, and you're blind, and why aren't you more able, or why aren't you better, and that. But okay, that's that. I think this is a good point where I can add my video from 3 weeks ago. I will talk about the shawl for a bit. So here you go. Okay. I have bought these lovely yarns last summer. There's a theme. Can you see? I have been buying a lot of things last summer. I had an idea for a shawl. I did make one already for my mother-in-law, and I wrote it down as a pattern, and I was supposed to make this shawl using these yarns. I will put a picture of the original shawl. It's here. But then I thought that it's a bit too, ordinary. It's a bit too, like, these yarns are so pretty, and they were expensive, let me tell you. I didn't want to make anything too simple with it. There's a million patterns out there. They are for free, and you can whip up a shawl like this or similar. So one day I was staring at those yarns and I had an idea. I had an idea of a little bit like a fade, and I had an idea of like honeycombs, and I haven't shown you anything yet, but first of all, I will show you the caked up yarns. Here. They look better on the skein and knit up. The cake always, it's a bit underwhelming on a cake. Anyway, so I had the idea. I took the piece of paper that I had next to me, and this is my idea. And yes, this is the professional designer as I am. I scribble on a piece of paper that I can find, and then I did like a little pattern. As you can see, I actually did like a pretty good swatch. Let me grab it for you. This actually shows off the pattern way better than my scribbles. So I tried out all the stitch patterns. It's obviously going to be very much taller than this, but it has these honeycomb things. So a little honeycomb stitch here, and a bit bigger here, and then this border. And yes, I don't have a name for it yet, and because I did have a little bit of struggle in the beginning, so I started straight off with this light gray. But I run into this problem that you quite often do when you are making a garter tab shawl. I will put a picture here and you can see now what I mean. When you do a garter tab shawl, sometimes the beginning of the shawl is kind of like rising. It's like I called it a nipple in my Instagram stories, and some people found that hilarious, but I think that that is what it looked like. So I did that and I saw that it's wrong. I started another. I chose a selection of greens and yellows from my stash, and I started making the test piece, and then I will do the actual colors after I've tested them out in a different yarn, because I don't want to frog, too much frogging, and I don't want to. This is a single ply merino wool, so I think it starts to peel if I pull it out too many times. So the difference between the nipple and this is 4 stitches, like 4 stitches. That's not a lot, but it makes a huge impact. Now it lays straight, the top, and it actually starts to curve a little bit. I'm thinking I'm doing like a crescent shape, but the edge, the upper edge will be a little bit curved. this way, because I definitely don't want this bump in the middle. So I'm doing this little stitch detail. Here on the top, and then I will melt the colors together and then do another section in this gray and green and whatnot with this. So the end result will be like a faded, and then there will be this honeycomb detail on the bottom. I'm kind of tempted to call this melting, like melting honey or melted something honey. I don't know. I need to look into that. I try to make up names that don't already exist, because there will be like confusions. I know that there is like a dripping honey or something honey, but I don't know. I might show this to my sister and ask her some advice, because she is pretty much making up all my names, all the names for my designs. But yeah, so I was working on this, and then we had COVID, and as you can see, I'm a little bit like I'm talking a bit slower because it doesn't come to me. So maybe we blame the virus. But yes, that's what's coming up at some point. But I'm not in a rush with this. I will try to finish up the pattern writing for my Paju and put it out for testing, and I will next work on my alku cardigan, and then maybe this later on. Okay, so that was the missing piece we had last time, and yeah, I can show you now my Celeste pullover. I did show it last time. It cut me off mid-sentence, but nevertheless, it looks like it hasn't grown much, but here it is. It has all the lovely bubbles, and it has been actually on the side for 2 weeks, because I have been doing a test knit, but this it has grown a little bit. I promised to myself that I work 2 or 3 rounds a night, and I did that for a week. So I think I got into a good start with this one. Last time I already had the folded collar, obviously, and then maybe half of the lace. But because it has so many bubbles, it has, was it like 32 bubbles on each round for my size or something like that? Can't remember. I don't even remember which size I'm making, but if you are interested, you can check my project page. It's 4 or 5 probably, and yeah, I'm using this yarn, Novita Woolly Wood, and yeah, it's a very lovely tencel yarn. It has 30% merino and the rest is tencel, and I've been using this a lot, and I actually bought it again. I didn't take it here because it's just white, the same thing in white. I'm planning on making like a top or tank top from it, but I really like to work with this yarn. It flies on the needles, and yeah, I will continue after I finish my test knit. I will continue making this a habit. So every night, couple of rounds, and at some point the lace will end, and then I have a whole lot of stockinette to go, and I will finish it at some point. Maybe for the fall, who knows. And then one more previous VIP you have seen, and then I will show you my test knit and wrap it up for today. It looks like it hasn't grown that much, but I will show it anyway because I'm very proud that I dug out something so old. I have shown this year once because I was learning this ladderback jacquard technique, and I have definitely shown this pair in my wrap up. No, the whip parade where I show everything. Where I show everything. I have all the whips that I have from last year. So yes. So it's a pair of socks. This pair, I think I have shown you when I had finished the arrows. So I did not quite a bit, but a little bit. I have now reached until the end of the leg, or the leg, not the leg. Yes, the leg. And I will continue to the heel next, and yeah, there's nothing much to say except I'm very proud that I am making the effort to finish this pair, and this would be my fifth whip from last year that I have finished. Last month I did finish 2, so I'm very much looking forward finishing these old, very well marinated whips and getting them out of my baskets. And yeah, so I'm hoping I only have, well, the heel left, the foot part left, and I already have someone in mind that will have these for Christmas. So yeah, I will try and finish them before then. Maybe even before my next episode, who knows? All right, one last thing. So this is the new cast on. Also the socks were, but they are already finished. This is the only new cast on. Actually, I'm lying. I have cast on the second Paju pullover already, but I only have made the ribbing, so that doesn't count. And I'm not going to show it because I have already posted it on Instagram and there's nothing else to show. But yeah, I am test knitting for Laura Penrose this adorable Petit Soufflé, and this is the children's version of the popular souffle pattern. She has released the souffle tea, which is the mohair version, and she has made the summer souffle, which is already in testing, I believe. And then this petite souffle is already in testing, and the chunky souffle, which is already tested but will release later this fall. But yes, how cute is this? I really wanted to test this when I saw that she is putting it out, and then I was going back and forth. Maybe I should buy some yarn, but I have so much yarn. Maybe I can find something from my own stash, and I did. This is Aurinkokehra fingering, and the pattern is for DK, but I'm holding it double. I had bought this originally for myself to make a cardigan, but this is going to be for my niece, and I think even though this is typically not like her color, but I think it's very cute for the autumn and the winter. Can you imagine like Christmas time wearing this cute souffle with these adorable sleeves? It has a keyhole at the back, and there's a loop and a keyhole. I actually found this very fitting button This is from my stash. I think it's from my grandmother's button stash that I have inherited. And so it's very old, but I think the color was absolutely perfect. And this sweater has a lot of firsts for me because I had never made the Italian or the tubular sewn bind off, and this is my first ever try. Actually, I did practice on the socks that I gave for my mom because I was nearly at the end of them, and I was just finishing up the sleeve, and so I did practice with the socks, and then this is technically my third or fourth go. I think it looks fantastic. I don't know why I have not tried it before. I thought it was hard, but if you know how to Kitchener stitch, this is no brainer. This is the one where you don't organize the stitches first, but you just do the sewing immediately, which is just so good, so good. So yeah, I have really been enjoying this. It's rather like mindless, even though it has a lot of these details, but I did them all like first. After I did the yoke, I went back for the neckline, for the keyhole, and as soon as I had split for the sleeves, I did the ruffle. So I thought that I do all the time-consuming parts first. Then I will just have like a lot of TV knitting, and that's what I've been doing. We've been watching TV with my husband, and yeah, I think this is the last time that you see it here live, because I think I will finish this hem this week, and I will block it, and then I will give it to my sister so they can take some pictures for me to put on Instagram. So I will gift this sweater as soon as it is finished, because yeah, it's for my niece, even though it's we are going towards summer, but you know, Finland summer is very like a vague conception, so I think she will get somewhere out of it, even though it's technically going to be summer. But I'm pretty sure there will be cold enough weather to wear a sweater. So yeah, I don't have too much to go. I think I have maybe 10 centimeters, and then I will have only the folded hem. And yeah, I have been really enjoying this, and the yarn I really like. I'm not sure if I would do if I would like to knit it double again, because when you are using, especially if you are using a darker yarn and you are mainly knitting in front of TV, if you are double stranding, you know that it's very easy to miss one strand, and you have to go back, you have to drop stitches and go back to fix that one dropped strand. So I'm not very eager to